Right, I'm just checking out the picture. Make sure I haven't bumped the camera. Righto. Doing Marks 9.1 SBB. Now just checking out the blank. Blank looks pretty true, which I'm happy about. I'll turn that sound off here. There we go. Now, this blank is glued up to the exact rocker that I want. I'm just checking what the bottom's like. Sometimes the blanks aren't dead flat. They have a bit of concave, which is fine. For this model, it actually works out better. It's okay. So I'm just checking that out. Just checking if it's true. Yep, that looks pretty darn good. Not bad at all. Righto, so I'm going to start making a bit of noise. There we go. Now this is my adjuster. See? You'll see my hand move a little bit. Looking good. I didn't have to put much concave into this because it had that extra couple of mil. A bit more. Righto, so I have the exact deck rocker that I want, and I only want an eighth of concave. I don't want too much. That looks pretty good. Let's do one more little bit down the middle. Now, I've got the concave right, so now I want to get my rocker right. Now this board has two curves in it. It has my radius there. That looks perfect because it gets glued up exactly what I want. And in the tip, that's perfect. That's pretty close. I'll just adjust that little bit of that. Exact to the millimetre. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit off that, so I'm going to take a touch more curve. Beautiful. Right. So the board I'm doing, that's not it, that's Bob's, it's done, is going to be 3 and an 8. So it should be basically a cut off the top and a cut off the bottom. Okay, there. I'll check that. Yep. Cut off the top, cut off the bottom. Not much. Now I'm just checking this is true. Looks spot on. So I'm going to do a full cut. See here? Full cut. Nice and slow. Put my weight there so I don't get any tags. Sorry, I'll just let that stop. Just so you know, the reason I'm going really slow is it'll tear, okay? Now, the better the foam and the stronger the foam, the more it'll tear if you go too fast. If you're using shit foam and you can plane really fast, and I've used it from certain companies in the past, but because this label I own, I want the best foam, and the strongest tears. Okay, simple as that. So that's why I'm going slow. I'd love to rip through this with a shit blank, but it's my label and I don't want to use shit blanks. But if I was production shaping for someone, give me the soft foam because I can fly through them. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. Slow and steady. See how it's nice and clean? See that? Nice and slow. See there? Perfect. Sorry, I can't. I can't resist this. I can't resist this. There we go, look at that, that's better. Nice and slow. See how nice and neat that is? That's nice and clean. Righto. So all I've tried to do here, because I'm only doing one cut, I wanted to have the bottom come up as neat as possible because it tears so easy, this hard foam. So I'll put my pad back on. Now I'll just give this a quick clean. Battery flat. Yep. I just feel that concave. Just need a little bit more off here. Righto. I just wanted to get that close to done because what it means is when I'm trying to get the final thickness, I'm very accurate. Righto, so that's done. Now, see it's got the concave in it. Beautiful, my rocker's exact. Now I'm just checking out the thickness. This is a new blank I'm using. This is Surf Blank's 9.9. I was using their 9.8 and 9.6, but the 9.9 has a really good deck roll here. It's not too rolled, so you get a really even, see the even foil? The 9.6 was a bit low here, had low rails. Right, so I'm just checking the thickness out. Perfect. This is looking really good. Now, what I got to do next is measure the foil, because I'm only doing a 9-1. So what I want, there we go, 9-1. I want to have the nose 1/8 of an inch thinner than the tail. So what you do is you get to the 1 foot mark, measure that. Okay, that is 2 inches. I go to the 9-1 mark right here, and that is just over, so I'll come back a fraction and that'll do it. So now I'm sitting, like basically when you have your blank like this, I'm sitting perfectly in the middle, not too thick in the nose, not too thick in the tail. So I'm sitting in the middle, so I'll just get rid of this. And I got taught this technique, but I learned it myself. Okay, so I come up with these ideas myself, doing it this way. 9-1. See, 9-1. Now whenever you're cutting the tail, even if it's a rounded pin, just cut it off square, because you don't get any optical illusions. If you cut it off on an angle like this and you're looking from the nose, it's going to throw it out. So cut that square. It only takes you a second. This is going to be a rounded square, so, but now, because the bottom has got the exact curve and the nose has the exact curve, I've just got to drop this deck down about that much, so everything's right. That's called the foil. Now I know from the 1 foot mark to the 1 foot mark, it's perfect. All I got to do is take that bit off there and that bit on the nose. So I'll take that off to about here. I know some people side cut, I don't. That looks pretty good. Just cleaning that up, that looks pretty nice. Now I'll do the, see, that looks good. I'll do the tail. See how it tears? So I'll just put the above light on, just to make sure. That looks pretty bloody good. That foil looks beautiful. And what I'm talking about is the thickness distribution from nose to tail. Because this deck is very even in its roll, you look there, see how it looks perfect? The 9.6 used to drop away here. So I'm happy with this. Now, I'm just going to put my deck roll in. That's what's in the blank. I want more. See how it's the same? In the 9.6, That used to rock really badly here on the tail, so I'm really happy with this. Now, that's Bob's. I want Mark's. That's his fish. That looks good. Okay, so I'm just going to roll the deck a bit. I'm going to do it before I do the final cut. So I'm wanting to put more roll in the deck of this because it has a low rail. See that? So a little bit more in the middle. Righto. So you can see how I planed really fast and it's all really rough. Now I do my cleanup cut. Watch this. See that? I'm just going to do that again. I want to get this right down. If you do that a second time, it just takes a fraction more off the cut. Sorry, I looked over there. I thought the camera was over there. Righto, so what I've got here, I've got the extra roll in the deck. You see, if you look at that point, and that point, when I move it, you'll see what I mean. See that point up the back? Now see the roll? Now see how the foil still looks even? And what you look at this point here when I lift it up, okay? Look at that point there, that line. Okay, see that line, how it's perfect? See how you see the same little gap all the way and the same little gap all the way? That means that roll is all perfectly consistent. Now to clean that up, it only takes a second. Do this side. Righto. So, sorry, I just got to scratch my nose. So I've just cleaned that up. So I'm just going to take the stringer down. Now, I'm just going to clean it up with the block. This gets it all perfect. Very quick. This is 40 grit. This is the foundation. This makes sure the foundation is perfect. See how that looks? Pretty good. Righto, so that's pretty clean. Now I'll do the stringer one more time. Have a look, that looks beautiful. Righto, that's nice and smooth. Now, I'll just do this really slow, just to clean up. Right, that's a clean up. That's pretty close to spot on. Now, I'll just wait till the compressor stops. Won't be a second. Now, this is the deck roll that the blank had. Can you see how I put that much more in it? Right? See that? Now, the reason being, I'll explain it to you really easily. High rail. I'll turn the light on. That's the low rail. This is the high rail. See how much thicker it is? Now, this is the rail I'd normally use. I'll turn that off. This is the rail I normally use on a 3-inch thick board, easy ride or whatever. This is what I use on a pro model. It's got a super low rail. Now, I'll just set this up here to show you the difference. So let's say that's the bottom of the board. I'll set it up like it's a board, okay? I'll put it at 23 inches wide. Where are we? 23. And 23, righto. So that's, imagine this had a rail 3 inches thick, and now it's going to have a rail this much. Now, when I profile the board, when I cut the board, the blank, and I'll set it up here. This is quite a good educational one for someone. Okay, let's say the board's 3 inches thick. Right. There, that's the rail I want. Right, this board's 3 1/8, just to give you an idea. Okay, it's this thick. Now, as you can see the difference in that template from here to here, that template is down here. So remember when I first started shaping, I planed off that extra bit of foam to here. I went from there and I took off about that much, both sides. That's why. So now when the template sits on, it's going to sit about here, the foam. So when I'm shaping this rail, I haven't got much to take off. If I left it like this and try to shape that rail, I would have to take that off, and I'd have to take that off at the last stage, which is really hard to get it perfect, okay? So that's why I took it off at the start while all the lines were perfect, okay? Because this is the rail I'm going to use. Now, some people mightn't understand that, but what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you the blank quickly before I stop. And we're going to look at the lines. See the nice stringer line? See that rail line? Perfect. No bumps. That bottom line, perfect. Wherever you're looking, this deck roll, spot on. Now look at the stringer, and then watch this point, and then that point when I lift it up. See the stringer line? Now watch the rail line as I lift it up. it's basically going to match the stringer line, okay, except it's dropped down. That's all about, and the bottom concave, that's all about getting your foundation right. All I've got to do next is outline it, put the V concave in the tail, clean up the outline, clean up the bottom a little bit, and then shape the rail. And I'll only be taking little bands off the rail because all this is done. Watch when I'm shaping the finish board, this part won't get touched because that's all perfect, yet that was so crucial. Okay, now I'm about to turn always blow your tread out of your shoes, otherwise you walk it everywhere. That's shape and trick 101. Now, there we go. I'm still, there's a delay. So we're watching that again. So what I've got to do now, I turn my phone back on, I go to my quick app. Now I'm going to press this button here and that's going to end the whole thing. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching. Please leave comments to let me know what you thought of it, and you know, that type of thing. So I hope I'm on the right track of this. I feel like I am. Anyway, I'm not going to say nothing for the next 20 seconds, then I'm going to turn it off because they cut off the delay after that. So I'm going to be quiet now.